Here's a quick look at what we'll be unpacking this week. GMD CEO advocates peace infrastructure and bankable projects for Southeast Vision 2050. UBA Nigeria introduces a new growth framework for POS and agency banking. UBA UK appoints Loknath Mishra as new CEO. UBA Foundation through UBA Gabon promotes a culture of reading among young people via the Read Africa initiative. UBA Uganda takes banking closer to the people with an innovative moving billboard campaign driving digital inclusion. And in Sierra Leone, UBA Foundation and Orange Foundation partner to improve maternal health care. To wrap up the show, Inside the Den sits down with Michelle Woga, Group Head of Customer Experience, to talk about the first-time right culture when offering service and dealing with our customers. Let's get right into it. This week, our Group Managing Director CEO, Oliver Alauba, called on leaders and stakeholders in the Southeast to prioritize peace, infrastructure development, regional connectivity, and investor-friendly initiatives as key pillars for achieving the Southeast Vision 2050. Speaking at the Southeast Vision 2050 Regional Stakeholders Forum in Enugu, Alauba urged the region to present bankable, measurable projects capable of attracting investment, unlocking long-term capital, and improving livelihoods. He reaffirmed UBA's readiness to partner with the Southeast Development Commission and state governments to mobilize funding, deepen financial inclusion, and support impactful projects that drive the region's long-term development. The forum brought together top government officials, including His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Southeast governors, lawmakers, SEDC leadership, traditional and religious leaders, diplomats, industry leaders, and development partners. UBA Nigeria has unveiled a new aggregator sales structure aimed at strengthening our POS and agency banking network, while accelerating financial inclusion across Nigeria. The framework was introduced at the inaugural UBA Aggregator Engagement Session held at the UBA House in Lagos. The session brought together key aggregators, POS partners, and network managers to align on strategies for scaling the UBA money agency banking ecosystem. Speaking at the session, Executive Director Designate Digital Banking Emmanuel Lamte highlighted the importance of partnerships in expanding access to digital banking services and deepening UBA's reach within communities. Head Digital Banking Shamsuddin Fashola further explained that the new structure is designed to be scalable, transparent, and mutually rewarding, providing aggregators with the tools and support required to drive agent productivity. The new model offers instant settlements, reliable transaction processing, real-time reporting, and a full suite of agency banking services, while enabling aggregators to efficiently onboard and manage agents through a dedicated admin portal. UBA UK has announced the appointment of Loknath Mishra as its new Chief Executive Officer. Bringing decades of experience in wholesale and transaction banking, Mishra has a proven track record in the regulated UK market. His expertise and leadership are expected to drive UBA UK into its next phase of growth and innovation. The bank looks forward to the new chapter under this stewardship. Congratulations, Mishra. And in Gabon, UBA Gabon, on behalf of UBA Foundation, partnered with Francois Meyer Foundation to promote reading among young people through the Read Africa initiative. The donation ceremony held in Libreville marked the presentation of 600 copies of selected African literary works to support reading in schools and universities. The books will be distributed to schools in Libreville and upcountry locations, with the first phase scheduled for the Ninjole community. UBA Uganda has launched an innovative Moving Billboards for Financial Inclusion campaign to expand access to banking services across communities. The initiative involves the distribution of branded reflector jackets and aprons to motorcycle riders, market vendors, shop attendants, and restaurant staff nationwide. These items prominently display UBA star 245 #USSD code, enabling customers to access essential banking services with or without internet-enabled smartphones. By leveraging the daily mobility and visibility of these groups, the campaign takes banking awareness directly to people, particularly within Uganda's informal sector. Beyond promoting digital banking, the initiative also supports safety and livelihoods, with reflector jackets improving road safety and aprons offering practical value to vendors. Overall, the campaign reflects UBA Uganda's commitment to inclusive banking and aligns with the group's broader strategy of using digital innovation to bring financial services closer to communities across Africa. UBA Foundation and Orange Foundation have joined forces to strengthen maternal health care in Sierra Leone through a newly signed Memorandum of Understanding on 3rd February 2026. The partnership will focus on advancing digital inclusion, community health, infrastructure, and maternal care, with the first joint project being the full renovation of the York Peripheral Health Unit Maternity Clinic. The initiative was praised by the Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Dembi, who noted the importance of public-private partnerships in achieving zero maternal deaths. UBA Sierra Leone MD CEO Mohammed Alhaji Samira highlighted the human impact of the partnership, saying no child should lose their first birth due to lack of technology. At UBA, we go beyond banking to build a healthier, stronger Sierra Leone. Today in the studio, we have someone who lives and breathes cervix excellence, my personal woman crush every day. Now, when the group head customer experience shows up, you already know we're talking about doing things better, smarter, and right. Please, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Inside the Den today, Michelle Woga.
Hello, Favor.
Michelle,
Hi.
we are so super glad to have you in the studio with us today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excited to be here.
I hope you like our ambiance
I
and
noticed
everything.
that the get-up has changed. This is like really international standards.
Clock it. So, Michelle, this year we have set our sights on being #1 across key performance metrics. And with our See First philosophy at the heart of everything that we do, it is clear that delivering exceptional experience is not optional. It's essential. But excellence doesn't just happen. What needs to change in how we work every day to truly get to where we want to be?
All right. So thanks, Favor. Great question. And, one of the things that is extremely important for us this year is that we need to be consistent. I'm sure people know that with UBA and around service, we have fluctuated a lot. So sometimes we're top 3, sometimes we fall out the ranking, but that's because there's a lot of things that we need to fix, right? So over the years that we've been running customer experience, we find that we have a lot of rework, we have a lot of issues with incorrect handoffs, we just have a lot of process inefficiencies. So what we've done this year is we've said, look, how do we make sure that we're able to achieve our one bank, one standard, right? And one bank, one standard is we're across 20 African countries. We need to stop being inconsistent. And that would really help us be the global brand that we are. Exactly. So we're saying we want to launch a theme and we want to be driven by a theme this year. And the theme is called First Time Right.
Deep.
Yeah, it is. And First Time Right is... it's I don't want to call it a philosophy because a lot of people are going to say, oh, does that mean that CFIRST philosophy is not, we're not, actually operating by CFIRST philosophy? But we are, right? But it's just that we need a theme. We need a theme to unite us across 20 African countries. We need a theme that allows people to understand what the expectations of service are, right? So that's why we're going to be operating the First Time Right
That
principle.
is absolutely brilliant. And that sounds like we're talking about more than just service. We are talking about how what gets done across the bank. And you spoke about First Time Right. Without giving too much away just yet, what should staff start thinking about when they hear that? When they hear First Time Right, what should come to mind immediately?
I think when you hear First Time Right, what you should think about is how you can make sure that whatever it is that you're doing doesn't come back again, right? So you're in a branch, for example, a customer comes in to open an account, and we have these issues a lot where branches submit incomplete documentation, as an example, right? And what does that do? So the incomplete documentation is logged on a platform and sent to back office. but back office cannot complete that request because the documents are not there.
Yes.
Which means you've got to reach out to the customer and get the customer to come back again.
That sounds like a lot of stress.
Exactly, and that's just one example. But if that staff had done it right the first time, it avoids the rework, and with people, now we're in an era where we're saying we need to also manage our costs. And all this service issues and service failure lead to an increase in cost, right? And it's because it's all about inefficiency. So I think, for me, it's just one of the first things. I mean, there's so many different ways you can think about it. But one of the first things is just making sure that anything that you're doing, before it leaves you, ask yourself, is there anything else that I need to do? Is there anything else that I need to include in this request, right? So that would help to guide you. And then also, I think it's like, so you're not saying I've sent it. Because that's, in fact, I had an incident today. I won't go into it because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but I would have loved to give an example, like a real life example.
Let's just give them a second chance.
No, it's okay, but like, so what happens is people say, well, I've sent it. And I'm done, so it's not my responsibility. But you can't do that. You have to make sure you're committing to the resolution or to the conclusion of that request, whether it's fully within your department or not.
I absolutely agree with you on that. And I like that because sometimes people assume that service excellence only applies to customer-facing teams. So I want to know, does this idea touch everyone in the bank, for me and for other people who are not in the customer experience space? So how does this affect us?
In fact, it is actually, this theme came up because of back office.
So can you guys hear that?
Yes, it did. Back office, because I'm sure our front-facing staff will be really happy because we get a lot of complaints from, branches about how back office are not supportive, they're not understanding the issues that they deal with because they deal directly with the customers, right? So, this really does actually, it focuses on everybody, but it really puts the pressure on back office, for us to hold ourselves a lot more accountable. And knowing that the end result and the output of that result also it ends with us, right? So it is for everybody. And, so what we are really wanting to do this year as well is to start to drive things like SLA adherence across back office, And not only that, because I think it's been imbalanced in some way, because front office have always been the ones that have been rewarded. So as much as they complain that back office is, causing a lot of strain, but they get all the rewards because they deal directly with customers. But also what we're doing in back office is whilst we're driving accountability from first time right, and we're also going to be rewarding back office staff as well. So it's a little bit more balanced on both sides, right?
I love to hear rewards. I love that. Okay. So, and if we begin to embrace this mindset across the bank, what kind of difference will we start to see from now, both for our customers and for ourselves?
Well, I think, the key things for me is that we will be a lot more efficient. I think things are extremely slow because, like I said, there's a lot of rework. So there's a lot of repeat work. We have a lot of disaggregated systems. So, the manual handoffs. And what you find is that because they're manual handoffs, staff have to compensate. So they're trying to close that gap with the manual handoffs. I've seen an instance where, because of like an issue, we've had about 30 to 50 email exchanges on one issue. You know what I mean? And that's where the compensation is coming in. So if we do this right, we will start to see quicker resolution. First of all, a reduction in errors. We shall start to see quicker resolution. I think we shall start to see a lot more of an aggregated system, a lot more consistency across the countries as well, because with what we're doing, everything that we're doing in terms of projects or CX programs around improving, processes and etc., is standardizing across the group. So we will start to see a lot more easier handoffs and a flow between, all the countries across Africa, all our 20 African countries. And I think more importantly, of course, where we're headed is that we're going to be more consistent. So we did the top 5 in KPMG in 2024. The results varied a bit this year, but what we want to see is that we can sustain top 5, consistently. And you can't do that if, as an organization, we're not efficient. And it's an internal staff or back office staff, internal customer experience is not aligned and, programmed and positioned in a way to support that. So that's what we're trying to do. We want to make sure that internal customer experience is functioning well, employees are efficient, and I think our processes and systems as well would be a lot more efficient in delivering service.
This sounds like a well thought out plan, and it's absolutely exciting. And it sounds like, something big is coming that will shape how we work moving forward. And I just want to know any final thoughts for staff as we prepare. For me, one thing I took out of this was the rewards. So I'm about to be a first-time Bright ambassador. I don't know about you. So for other staff, that's just one thing, for staff to learn as we prepare for this, so that, when they watch this inside, then they'll be like, I remember this key thing that Michelle said.
I think that maybe what you will see, or what I will expect, is, like I said, just more seamless engagements between front office and back office. I will see fewer complaints. So we are going to be sending out a link for a portal where staff are able to log complaints about internal efficiencies, all right? And that just helps us to be able to identify where the issues are. We kind of know where the issues are, but I think that helps us to just be a lot more specific about where the issues are. So I think, one, you will get, a link that you can, send your issues to customer experience for teams that you find are inefficient. That's one. And the second thing is that we're rejigging the rewards program a little bit.
I love that, rejigging thing.
We're rejigging it a little bit, right? So, at the end of every year, staff that have been commended get cash rewards.
Oh, okay.
But what we want to do this year is want to make it bigger and better.
Wow.
Right? So we want to be, anyway, I'm letting it cut out of the bag, but I will still go because I want you guys to be excited about it.
Of course.
And we want to drive more consistent behavior, because right now what it is that I get a commendation and I may relax, right?
Yeah.
So to ensure that we are seeing more consistent behavioral changes, we're going to be doing like quarterly rewards. So people are not having to wait until the end of the year to get rewarded. And then also we have like bigger prize cash. So we're looking at, your 00000. How many zeros is that called? About 6 zeros, right?
Oh my God, I cannot wait.
For like your top stars and service performers.
Okay.
So we're also rejigging that a bit. So I think that's also something for you guys to look out for. So yeah, we're counting on you. We're really counting on you to help us.
This is going to be absolutely exciting. I cannot wait, you guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you heard it here first. Something powerful is on the way, and it starts with how each of us shows up every day. So thank you so much, Michelle, for joining us. I absolutely love this session, and I'll come to meet you later for your skincare routine, because I couldn't just stop, staring at the skin. Can't you guys see that as well? So thank you so much for joining, and we do hope that this is a lot more powerful than we have said here, and we see a lot of changes for both our customers and the staff as well.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks, Favor.
Welcome back. Before we wrap up the show, let's take a look at the headlines that made the papers this week. UBA target price sets at 62 Naira, 40% upside potential projected. UBA Group announces Loknath Mishra as CEO UBA UK. CBN flags fintech boom, warns of weak regulation risks. World Bank Digital Technologies reshaping economics public service. Instant payment transactions rise by 120% in 2 years, says CBN. World Bank's Nigeria's portfolio hit $16 billion amid efforts to accelerate growth, job creation. This brings us to the end of this week's episode of Inside the Den. As Valentine's draw closer, whether you're celebrating love with someone special or just enjoying the season in your own way, remember, consistency, commitment, and showing up matters in relationships, in everything that we do. Thanks for staying connected to the tribe and for keeping up with all the great work happening across the group. Don't forget to send me my own Valentine package, I'll be waiting. I am Favor Ogbonna, and I'll see you next time.